Hi everyone, it's Jennifer Wednesday. Let me close the blinds here a little bit. Trying to get some good light in here. But other than that, everything is okay. Let's see. So right now it is a January 2026 new moon psychic medium astrological reading. And when we go to it, it's something about an enigma, and that keeps coming out in the universal collective readings. Something new and it's unknown, and you just can't actually be like a bay from everything. But when you actually go to it, it's kind of odd and strange. It's quite a mystery, like an illusion that's going on. It's something of a takeaway. There's something of like lesser of a struggle. So when you say that, then you say something was probably already into court. That is to make it a little bit easier. So when I look at it and I say, is it like legal and lawful? And it goes right to it. You go, I think there's other things that are going on. So let's actually, what is this new moon coming in on the 18th? What are we supposed to know about this? This is the writer writes. So when I see this and I see the Ten of Wands, it's something difficult. So, like astrologically, Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn are all working in alignment. And when they're working in alignment, it's a straight line. So I'm actually seeing like a sine, cosine. There's no tangent. Mathematically, it's a 30 and a 90 to make a 45, but that's ill. It goes 0 to 90 in like 3 to 30 seconds when something actually comes in, when it comes with a new moon. It is a good new moon for like cord cutting and cord ceremonies or anything of that nature, and ties. I wouldn't bond them though. Something in many people's lives. So you're not going to be as like contented or like happy. You're not going to feel like at like will or at like any of it that nature or any of that nature. When I see this and I see the Page of Pentacles, there's something about skill, like you're not up to par. But when I look at it and I see Page of Pentacles, there's nothing written, but there is this like getting together that you can do. It's really good for crystal quartz. It's really good for blue agate, any of those like neutral stones and crystals that like literally calm you down, because the harsh energy of the ability to cut through things or bind down or tie down, or however you say it, it's a working together type of new moon. So when I see this and I see this Ace of Swords in reverse, there is something about it. It doesn't make logic or like it's ill justice, but when I see it is like difficult, like an upkick. It was already foreseen, so that's why I keep saying it's foreknown. It's foreknown. But when I look at it and I look at the star in reverse, I go, it's unfulfilled wishes. When I see this and I see the Two of Swords in reverse, I go, you can't actually like go through it hard enough. Hard enough. I'm seeing the railroads. I'm seeing the 9-inch nails. I'm seeing like the type of agriculture and the refuse out to the type of the Insurrection Act. So whatever is this coming in, when I see temperance and balance, there's something of a partnership and a working together and the full that you can't actually do. It's just such recklessness that the new moon draws out. And it's just like a glimpse or a glimmer that you're going to see. Now, when I see this and I see the 10 of Swords, you go, you can't actually like believe it hard enough. But let's look at the Literary Witches Oracle. Now we'll look at the stones. What do we need to know for the January new moon? Something felt down to the bone. Okay, again, dishonesty and the body. Again, healing. There's something about healing that we needed to know, and identity. Like what actually comes in through. What actually comes in through. It's about, I hear it again like a strong universal precautions. Like all forms of like wherever you work, it's something about healing the body, identity for this new moon. A ritual that I would actually do right now would be um, like sitting and meditating with your candles. I would be with incense and clearing and cleansing your space and ready to draw in anything new. Capricorn is really strong. So, Sagittarius moved on out, and we have that conjunction and conjuncture of those three planets coming in with Neptune and Saturn and Uranus. So when you have that, so you're going to be able to, they're saying plant and root, that's meditate and ground in reality. When I see this and I say loss, I wouldn't have to. There's something about loss. And I see snail and I see fantasy, a slow on, go on out. When I see this and I see wall, something highly protected. When you see brain and you see dull old wounds and illusions, you can't even believe it. It's just funny. And you go in, you're like, no, I'm really healed. I'm doing okay. They're like, no, 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 we still got to run it. So when you see it, you see the subconscious and you see the wildflowers and like the wings, it's just like, just keep go on. Just go on. Just keep doing this. Because this is perfect on the way it's like playing out. Cauldron is like a stirrup, and like when you see the stirrup, you can't even believe it. It's kind of funny what this new moon is bringing in. So usually it's a little bit harsher, but as you're like grounding in reality, everything is okay. So let's look at the black obsidian runes and the peach moonstone. What else do we need to know? Okay, three runes wanted to come out at once. So things that are hidden are going to come out a little bit. Everything is like well set, it wants to say, and there's something about like wealth coming out with this new moon. There's something about like going out together. There's something about like working it like well together. There's something about instinct, like solidarity. There's something about strength, like it comes in really hard and strong. Can't even believe it. When you see this, it was born. It was like born yesterday. Literally born yesterday. When I look at this and I go, you can't even believe how like odd it was. Like you go and you sit there and you go, I can't believe that I went through it again. And you go, yeah, and so you get a little defensive and you say there's like this type of freeze going on. It has to do again about family. It's not really talking about heritage or culture, this new moon that's bringing this all out. But it's something about how people have lived their life. That's all those runes want to say. All right, let's go to Peach Moonstone. What do we need to know through there? It's talking about attuning and aligning, setting your vibration, clearing what is not of yours through this new moon. There's something about happy coming through. There's something about like coming on out and like torching, like in a way, and like something about the Olympics coming through. That's really happy. Winter Olympics. Something really strong. Something like foreseen and foretold. I feel like it's bringing me back to World War II Olympics. Instinct, again, joy. it will like flow through. Like it's like a good winter for these like type of games, a hidden game. When I look at this and I see it, there's something about ski. There's something about skeet, and to like the to skate like it's like a horseshoe crab, like a skate, like a I mean it's a right a skate. There's something about that. Wealth. There's something about wealth. Living, like collect. There's something about collections. Something about DSS. Something comes out of that subpoena from the Federal Reserve. Havoc. There's something about a warrior and like a sword. It's really not the best. Really not the best on that one. I have to sit and have a pause for that. Let's go to Starseed Oracle. New moon right now. What do we need to know? Okay, action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. Yep. If you are someone who does moon rituals, you're going to know exactly what you need to know. A stop, embrace, with a great cosmic void. There was something about that of like being alone a little bit. When I look at this and I see doors are opening, you decide rewards and wild card, it will. So we were talking about how like these doors are opening, like a portal possibly opening yesterday. Another show, Soul Memories Gifts, and you've done this before. Something actually comes out of like Lou. It's an old term in Gaelic where you go for it, but you can't actually do a done on it. It's such a like elation of Irish luck that you can't actually do like a ton of favor at TUN, which then goes to like what do you say, Ton Tavern, Marine Corps? Like what were they drinking? Down to mead? You couldn't even believe it. Share your song, frequency, and diving deep. Whale and orca elders. There's something about frequency and hurt and like sitting with ancestors and elders. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. uh, you're going to probably do something with this new moon that you're not proud of. When you see this, when you see the we the Hathor, so she's deep blood mother's milk, birth as a porter, a new beginning comes through this new opening through uh, the new moon. And I see this, and I see the blue flame, and I see spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. I have to say something like sparks within. When I see pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had, forge don't follow. You have to literally cut away and make a new path for yourself when this happens. When I see, the Star Brothers, I see Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. You actually have to do where your ley lines are led. So your ley lines are your path of known of your soul, where you've been there before. So when you go and you say where it's said, and are you off the beaten path, and you're off the lead, that you can't actually do anything wrong because you've been there before, so you already know what to do and to encounter it. Now, with that being said, we have to take a look at this. What else do we need to know through the planet oracle? And then we'll go to animal spirit. Energy work in the enlightened gut. Watching your diet. Again, that's coming through really hard. Eat intuitively. Eat instinctively. Again, it's talking about the mind telepathy. This like it came to mind and remembered. When you see this and you see taking chances, when you see sacred union, when you see rooted light, and you see service or something of a getting together and a bonding together, you're going to see more of it in February, towards the end of February, on what actually comes about. When I see this, the fifth dimensional access, something about the psyche and the subconscious again, is something that's unlocked when you do it right. Okay, animal spirit oracle. All right, there's something about beaver. There's something about lizard. There's something about swan. And there's something about deer. It has to talk about old lore. Old lore coming in. Old superstitions that are coming through like this time of season that you have to be wary and leery and do the done. And basically comes and it knocks and it's like, I feel like it's taxes. I don't, when I see this, the mouse, I have to say, like, you can't even believe, like, how bad it really was. On how bad it was. All right, let's go to one more. Kasha Tarot. Opposing views. The treasure. The ascent in the bird's nest. It's gonna, like, it kept talking about how it will fall all apart. It is a fated meeting. It will block a lot of things. When you see this, it's two different worlds where you can't give a gift and there's no flowing or growing during this new moon. It's kind of a forewarning. There's something that was a little bit stronger that came in through of energy source. And it literally, like, when you see Archangel Michael, it's that, like, sword in the stone effect and went done. When I see this and I see the Queen of Scrolls in reverse, it's not documented, it's not guardian, it's not anything, but the King of Scrolls in reverse goes, like, you're both in reverse, you can't even see or go to it. It means it's probably locked up, or it's something of what's talked about. So when I see this and I go, the Architect in reverse to the loving elementals, there's something about watching, like, labs, blood value of what is actually coming on through. Because when I see the light of the world in reverse, it was snuffed out. Something was snuffed out. And that's all you need to know. So, if something was snuffed out that was not for us or not to be of us or any of that nature, that is this time of this new moon to renew and, like, ground and make yourself the way you're supposed to. Now, with that being said, let's look at the crystal quartz. And then we will look at the Light Seers Tarot. What else do we need to know about the new moon? Something about foreknown. Foreknown. It's so strong about foreknown that you can't even do it hard enough. Light Seers Tarot. Closing. What do we need to know about this? Okay, something not a best judgment over like 2 to 8 years to 28 years. Something was well planted and manifested. I feel like it's what we talk in topic of like current day events. It kind of like if you think of the wind, that like it stopped suddenly. There we go. You're gonna be able to complete a cycle. That is the biggest thing. Anything going forward into the next month, there's easier teamwork and learning. It's not the best of like masculine energy after this. There is more balance with this temperance card. There is more reflection of one's own self. It's not going to make sense when it happens, but when you see this and you see the Six of Wands in reverse, I go, there was something not much of a victory, but when I see the Five of Swords in reverse, I go, there's really nothing to it. The Queen of Pentacles goes, you can't even believe how hard it was to say. There's something of sitting well and not well. And then the Page of Cups, there's something of a disrupt to a diselect. I don't even know what that means. So, with that being said, there is a turning point and there is a walking away of when you see that Eight of Cups, the energy that's coming on through, and you wouldn't even believe your eyes on what is true and what is not. And that's all you need to know. So, with that being said, leave a like, a comment, a share. It's greatly appreciated, and we'll talk to you soon.